Hey, hi you guys, and welcome to the channel Through Evangelist Eyes. We are at the end of the Ten Commandments. We're in chapter 23. I want to go back to 23 for a little bit. We had gone into 23 and 24, but there's something in there that really I wanted to park on, and I wanted to just give us a chance to chew on this a little bit. The name of this video is Who's Driving? Who's Driving? All over the news is plastered bad news. I mean, really bad news, whether it's about our country or about killings, about people stealing. Just bad news after bad news. And the enemy's disciples are doing pretty good about getting their message out. A message of we don't care, a message of it's all about me. How are we doing getting our message out? And why? Why aren't God's disciples, God's people in the news? There was a day when Jesus' disciples were highly in the news. They were constantly in the news. As a matter of fact, when they arrested them, one of the things they said is, these people are turning the world upside down. Is that the kind of effect we're having today? Nope. Yeah. These people out here driving by, they ought to be saying, what's up with these Christians? Why are they the ones singing? I love it. I'm not sure if I mentioned this once. I had a lady stop and she put her window down and she asked me, she said, "Are you singing?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am, because this message is worth singing about." It is. And it's worth us making an effort to proclaim Christ, to let others know just what Jesus claimed. And again, if it has such an effect on me that I boast about it in my own heart. I say it's amazing that I'm a child of God. That ought to have an effect on us when we go out to proclaim the gospel. I hope it does. In Exodus 23, verse 30, let me read what this says. This is amazing. This is before Moses goes up the mountain. God has revealed some things that he's going to do with Israel. Listen to what he says. And I went over a little bit of this yesterday. God says, I will drive the inhabitants, I will drive them out before you, little by little. You know, in our taking ground, don't be disappointed when you say, oh, it's just a little bit. Celebrate. Celebrate that little bit. And then keep going. I will drive them out before you little by little until you become fruitful and take possession of the land. I will fix your boundary. He gives the boundaries. Then he says, you shall make no covenant with them or with their gods. They shall not live in your land because they will make you sin. You know, there's something about the gospel that drives people away, or it silences them. I love that. I love when the Word of God has such it is being proclaimed in such a way that the enemy just want to get away. Those who disagree, there's going to be times when you have it one-on-one. Absolutely, it's going to happen. But I want to say more often than not, the enemy drives away. They can't handle the light that's on them. You know, let's go back to our old ways. Let's go back to not the old ways of the old man, but let's go back to the old ways of proclaiming Christ that the early church had, that the people of God were the ones in the news. And let's get back to telling these people there's some really good news out here. There's some really good news. And there's some really bad news if they say no to Christ. So God bless you, and let's do what we ought to be doing in spreading the gospel. God bless you. Here we go.